Business editor Richard Southern joins us now. And Richard, bars and restaurants are having a tough time staying afloat these days, and another potential blow could be on the way.
I'm doing my part, I have to say, to try and keep them up and going, Melissa. But yeah, it's been a tough stretch, of course, for the service industry in Canada coming out of the pandemic. And this is not what the industry wanted. There is a big alcohol tax set to come into place, an alcohol tax hike coming into place on April 1st. It is no joke. Biggest alcohol tax jump in Canada in 40 years. Federal government set to increase Canada's excise tax on beer, wine, spirits, even on cannabis, by 6.3% on the 1st of April. And this is spurring on warnings now that the hike could force some bars and restaurants out of business altogether. Industry group Restaurant Canada says that this could cost the average bar or restaurant $30,000 more per year. The Craft Brewers Association urging the federal government to not do this. Government says they have to increase it this much due to rising inflation. As for the LCBO, Melissa, it is warning customers that they could see a price hike by the end of April if some manufacturers decide to pass on the tax increase to consumers, which they likely will.
Okay, now the Sunshine List is out, and that's giving us a sneak peek at some of the province's highest paid public employees.
Always interesting to see. I mean, they started this list, Melissa, back in 1996 when 100,000 was a lot more than it is today. So a lot of people are saying maybe we should have the threshold higher than 100K. But nonetheless, the list is out. I want to show you who's on it. There's actually a lot of names on it, like 200,000+ on it. Here's the leaderboard. Kenneth Harwick with the Ontario Power Generation pulling in 1.7 million. The other two individuals also with Ontario Power Generation. There's Phil Verster, Metrolinx, 856 grand he made last year. Some other notable names making the 2022 Sunshine List include Premier Doug Ford. He made a taxpayer-funded salary of $208,000. John Tory, the now ex-mayor of Toronto, not far behind. There's Dr. Moore, pulled in $466K, and the OPP commissioner made $361. TVO journalist Steve Paikin made $348 grand, and there were more than 65,000 teachers on this year's Sunshine List, Melissa.
Okay, some people are getting paid pretty well. Now, how do you plan the perfect summer vacation? Some are turning to HBO for ideas.
Have you watched the White Lotus program?
I've watched it all in like one day. I was obsessed. So good.
That's a busy day.
Yeah.
I watched both seasons too. It was pretty good. But anyways, apparently now people are like rushing to go to the two hotels featured in this hit HBO show. One of the hotels was the Four Seasons in Maui, and web traffic to that up more than 400%. Hard to get a room. The other was a Four Seasons owned property in Taormina, Italy. That's where the second season was shot. You can't even find a room in that particular property for the next couple of months. This is something we're seeing more and more often, looking at TV shows to inspire travel destinations. Twilight fans have flocked to Forks, Washington, and Lord of the Ring fans go to New Zealand. Harry Potter fans go to UK. But there you go. Going to follow in the White Lotus's footsteps.
I think so.